The Master Ball is one of the rarest and most powerful items in the Pokemon universe, and in Pokemon Go, it's extremely important you do not waste yours, like I did with this catch.
And this will help hunt the field research grind, which again is possibly a better one to grind. No. Oh my god. Well, here it is, the Master Ball. Dude, okay, fine, I'll do it. We're gonna click use. For all of my OGs out there, we're gonna use a Nana Berry for the Savage season. And there it is, Jinx. Shiny Jinx caught in my first ever Master Ball. That is so cool. Okay, 1054 CP, Santa Monica, California, caught in the Master Ball. This is insane, bro. And the IVs. Oh no, dude. Oh, that sucks.
So today I'm going to give you the top tips for getting and using your Master Ball in Pokemon Go. And if you for some reason don't know what a Master Ball is, basically it is a beautiful purple ball that is a guaranteed 100% catch on any Pokemon you throw it at. The only ball that's like that. In the main series games, it's kind of a legendary item that you typically only get once per game. And in Pokemon Go, it's somewhat similar. You can't buy it from the shop, you can't get it from raids, you can't get it by spending Pokestops. The only way to get it is typically to buy it when it's available. And it's only been available 4 times since its initial release. The first time was back in May of 2023 during the Let's Go special research. And the best part was this was a completely free research to do. It took a long time to complete, but if you logged in during a specific window, you were able to claim this research and work on it as long as you wanted, and eventually claim the first ever free Master Ball. The next time was in September to November of 2023, where you unlocked a special research, completed a bunch of kind of difficult tasks, including catch 1,000 Pokemon, win 60 Rage, hatch 30 eggs, catch 100 different species, make 120 Excellence, explore 50 kilometers, and others. You got another Master Ball, but the catch was you had to complete the research before the date ran out. Then in 2024, the Master Ball came back again from May 14th to May 19th during the Masterwork Research Catching Wonders, which was another free Masterwork research that you were able to claim if you logged in on time. There were 4 pages of research, some with some extremely difficult or time-gated, but it was great because it was free to claim and you can complete it whenever you wanted to because it was a Masterwork research. Then the 4th release was in December of 2025 in the next Masterwork research called A Precious Catch, which was, yes, another Masterwork research, but this time it was paid $8 to unlock this research, unlock all of the quest lines, and then once you completed it, get your 4th Master Ball. So when will the Master Ball return to Pokemon Go? We don't really know. It is a new year though, and we typically see 1 to 2 Master Ball releases per year, so we probably can expect at least 1 more Master Ball throughout the year of 2026, but we could also probably expect it to be paid, so be ready to fork up some cash. Most likely it will be part of another Masterwork Research event because that seems to be the way that we get it every single time, and that Masterwork Research will probably be tied to a major event like a tour event, the Go Wild Area event at the end of the year, or one of the Go Fest events in the summer season. Using the Master Ball is easy enough. It just appears in your Pokemon catch like ball option and you throw it. And that's it. Then it has a very cool animation when it's thrown and a very cool catch animation. And again, it is a 100% guaranteed catch on whatever you throw it at. Now, the big question is, what should you use your Master Ball on? Because I've done plenty of videos in the past where I rated your choice on which Pokemon to use the Master Ball on. And let me just say, some of you have wonderful Master Ball catches, and some of you have questionable ones. So what should you use them on? Technically speaking, you can use it on whatever you want. The thing about Pokemon Go is that it's not impossible to catch Pokemon in this game. Typically, most Pokemon that you find, whether it's in raids or in the wild, are easy to catch by themselves using a Golden Raspberry and an Ultra Ball, or even a Pokeball for some of them. Very rarely do you actually need the help of a Master Ball. Strategically speaking, though, the Galarian legendary birds that spawn on your daily incense have the highest flea rates in Pokemon Go history. So when the Master Ball was originally released several years ago, we all used it on Galarian birds. Also, the spawn rates for these are exceptionally low, and you need to use your daily incense and walk to hopefully find one. So continues to be probably the most strategic option to use your Master Ball on a Galarian bird, especially since the Galarian birds can be shiny now. I will say though, every single year we have the Go Wild Area event, and typically we get Safari Balls back during this event. Safari Balls are really easy to catch Galarian birds in, so if you didn't want to burn your Master Ball and you still wanted to catch a Galarian bird, best way to do that is waiting for the Go Wild Area event, which is typically in November, and then just using the Safari Balls if we get them and can use them in the wild, which we were able to the first year. Another very strategic option for the Master Ball is using it to catch 100% IV legendary Pokemon. These are very hard to get, obviously, but most importantly, they're really expensive. To raid legendary Pokemon, you need to use a raid pass, a remote raid pass. Both items are very premium, and if you want to find a 100% IV legendary, you typically need to do tens to hundreds of raids of one specific Pokemon to get lucky enough to find a hundo. That costs a lot of money. That's really expensive to do. So when you do eventually get that 100% IV legendary, I would highly recommend using your golden raspberries and the Premier Ball and throwing as many as you can, trying to get the catch. And if you do not catch that hundo and you really want it, you've got one Premier Ball left, you've got a Master Ball, you might want to use the Master Ball. I will say the big thing with legendary Pokemon is the fact that you can trade them, and there are so many ways to unlock lucky trades. And a lucky trade will have a higher IV floor, so it's much more likely that you get a 100% IV Pokemon from a lucky trade. All that to say, getting a hundo in Pokemon Go as a legendary isn't that hard anymore because there's so many ways to guarantee or get lucky trades with friends. But still, if you find a legendary, it's a 100% IV in a raid, and you get down to one ball left, that is a great use for the Master Ball. Another legendary option are shiny or wild legendary Pokemon. I know we already talked about the Galarian legendary birds on the Daily Incense, but there are more ways to find legendaries in the wild. Typically during events like the Tour event, which happens in the first quarter of every year, sometimes during Go Fest, sometimes in the Go Wild area, we'll have really amazing wild spawns, like legendaries in the wild, like we had Raikou and Entei and Suicune, wild shiny legendaries, or Latias and Latios during the Tour events. These Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, aren't guaranteed catches, and even if they are guaranteed catches, I spent over 20 minutes in Las Vegas trying to catch a wild, I think it was a Latias shiny, with Ultra Balls and Golden Raspberries. They have very low catch rates. So if you play one of these major events and you find an amazing wild shiny legendary Pokemon, it's not the worst idea to use a Master Ball, especially because you could run out of balls and lose the legendary. Also, I know we have Safari Balls during the Go Wild Area event, but if you do not have Safari Balls and you find a mighty Pokemon in the wild, which is kind of a newer concept, it's a great option for a Master Ball because mighty Pokemon are really hard to catch, even if they're shiny, and you don't want to lose some of these great mighty Pokemon that we'll have in the future. Shadow legendary Pokemon are also a great shout, but pretty much the same rules, I guess you would say, as legendary Pokemon. If you go out, you do Shadow legendary raids, and you get a really good one, and you're down to one ball remaining, use that Master Ball. Especially if it's a Shadow Hundo, because you cannot trade Shadow Pokemon in general. Shadows, legendary Shadows, you can't trade them. So the only way to get a Shadow 100% IV is by literally finding one, and the odds of that are very low. So if you find that, and you get down to one ball, that's a great Master Ball usage. Same with mythical Pokemon like Darkrai. Darkrai is a mythical. You cannot trade mythical Pokemon in Pokemon Go, except for Meltan, and maybe one more. So the main mythicals, you cannot trade. If you find a Shundo or Hundo Darkrai, or any other mythical raid boss, and you get down to one ball, good Master Ball use. And generally speaking, the thing with Pokemon Go, as I said before, is it's really easy to catch Pokemon. Very rarely do you get in a situation where you actually need a Master Ball. So what many of us end up doing is using a Master Ball to catch our favorite Pokemon, a Sentimental Pokemon, something cool and fun and interesting, like I did with this Pokemon. Boom, boom. Oh. Yes! Let's go! Oh, we didn't even need to go and drive around. I might still do it, to be honest with you. I might still do it so we can go for another one. Yes! You know what, dude? You know what? This is the last Pokemon that I want this year. It is the greatest costume to ever be released in the history of Pokemon Go. And I would argue that. The Master Ball is off! Fantastic!
Thank you so much for an amazing 2025. And this is the exact way that I wanted to end the year off, with the shiny Sudowoodo in the freaking Master Ball. Let's go with the costume. Yes, dude.
So don't be afraid to use the Master Ball, although I would highly recommend always keeping one in your back pocket for when you need it, which I do. And if you want even more advice on some Pokemon Go tips, tricks, and strategies, check out these other videos on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your Master Balls. See you in the next one.